Hey guys, it's JD with InSession Film, and just wanted to go over our latest movie series where we discuss Wes Anderson and 4 of his films, from Fantastic Mr. Fox to Bottle Rocket to The Royal Tenenbaums, and finally we finished off with Moonrise Kingdom, and we also discussed the Grand Budapest Hotel, not necessarily as part of the movie series, but as part of one of our main reviews we did on our podcast. But just to kind of round up what the series was and what we talked about. And the first film we talked about was his 2009 film, Fantastic Mr. Fox. And this is his only animated movie, where the whole thing is animated anyway. And Fantastic Mr. Fox, I thought, was amazing. It had a lot of charm, it had a lot of heart. I thought it was filled with some really compelling characters and some really great performances led by George Clooney and Meryl Streep. I thought the story was just a ton of fun as well. There was a lot of really great dynamics and layers going on that just make this film just a blast to have with. I think this is one of my favorite Wes Anderson films. It's actually probably number 2 for me. And I think if you like that style of Wes Anderson, and if you like animated films, this is the perfect mesh. And that's exactly what this film is. The next film we reviewed in our Wes Anderson series was his first film, his 1996 movie Bottle Rocket, which introduced us to the Wilson brothers. Immediately off the bat, you're going to be able to tell that he didn't have a ton of money for this film. Stylistically, we don't see the Wes Anderson that we all know in this film. I think what makes this a Wes Anderson film is the characters. They're very goofy, very zany, kind of crazy and out there. And all of those layers and dynamics mixed with the kind of drama that this film had is what represents Wes Anderson, I think. So while I don't think this is necessarily his best film, this is probably on the bottom of the totem pole for me, I do think that for a first film he does a decent job, and I still enjoyed it for what it was. I think it's actually pretty funny and one of the best performances we've seen out of the Wilson brothers. Their characters are just goofy, and I had a good time with it. The third film that we discussed in the Wes Anderson movie series is The Royal Tenenbaums, and to me personally, this is my favorite. I think this is still his best. What we have here is just truly amazing. There's so much family dynamic going on here that is heartbreaking, yet it's funny at times, and ultimately it's a story of redemption. And while there's so many characters here, each one of them is explored so thoroughly, and they all kind of come together and crystallize perfectly at the right moments, that it was just an amazing blend. I'm not sure if Wes Anderson will ever top his style with such a great story and exploration of these amazing characters and this family and all the kind of craziness that goes along with it. And it's just amazing. I love this. It's actually one of my favorite movies of all time, not necessarily just of Wes Anderson. And it's amazing. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely highly recommend it. And of course, we finish off with his 2012 film, Moonrise Kingdom. And Moonrise Kingdom, as we described on the show when we were reviewing it, is it feels like his most Wes Anderson-y kind of film in terms of style and just crazy, zany characters. And even the world that he introduces these characters to are almost a pseudo world. It's not even a real world. And Grand Budapest was a lot of the same way. It was kind of this, if Wes Anderson created his own Earth, this is what we would be dropped into. And I loved it, though. I love the performances. I love the contrast of the innocent youth love compared to the crazy adult love that is just full of complexities and drama and things like that all the time. And the way that he explored all of that, to me, was just fascinating, engaging, and I just had a fantastic time with it. So that is our Wes Anderson movie series. Obviously, we didn't review all of them. Rushmore is another fantastic film. A lot of people love Life Aquatic. A lot of other people love Darjeeling Limited. Darjeeling's kind of hit or miss for me on a lot of things, but overall, Wes Anderson has some really great films, and we would love to hear from you. Email us InSessionFilm@gmail.com. You can also hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/InSessionFilm, or you can tweet us at InSessionFilm. And we have a whole post of this up on our website as well. If you just look under the podcast tab on our website, right underneath there will be a link for our movie series, and there you can check out our post for our Wes Anderson movie series, and you can listen to every review that we did on our show, as well as read our written reviews of these movies as well. And we would love to hear from you. You can comment on that as well. That's another way you can get a hold of us. But we hope that you enjoyed our Wes Anderson movie series. I had a blast with it. He's one of my favorite directors currently. And I think he puts out some really great work. I think that our next movie series, and a lot of people probably won't be happy for this, but given how much that I like it and how much crap that we get, and I think it would just create a lot of debate and a lot of great conversation, we're going to do a Transformers movie series where we're going to discuss. A lot of people will bash the first three, obviously, and that'll kind of lead into Age of Extinction later this summer. So I think that's what we're going to do, so that'll at least create a lot of fun controversy and fun discussion anyway. So anyway, let us know what you think about this. Hit us up, and we'll see you guys next time on the InSession Film Podcast.